Hey everyone, how's it going? Blue here. Today we're covering a new game for AppCast, Heir of Light. The game only has about 100,000 downloads. It came out recently, I believe around February or so. I remember I actually pre-registered for this game. Now it says the acclaimed gothic fantasy RPG is finally here, Rule the Darkness. I've never heard of this game. Acclaimed? From who? From where? It's made by Gamevil, and Gamevil makes a ton of games. So they're quite prolific when it comes to app games. As you can see, this is some of the art here. It's a nice looking game, to say the least. And right now it has a 3.9, which isn't very good. Most of the time, a decent app would have around the 4 or so. I should say like 4.4, a little bit more than that. Now, I know some people probably don't like the reading through the comments thing. I understand. Hopefully, if I remember, right here it's going to be a timestamp to where you can just jump into the gameplay. But this is some interesting stuff, and there is also a reason why the rating is so low. Even though 3.9 isn't low in a realistic standard, but that means just more people had something to say instead of just giving it 5-star and walking away. Because that's what most people do. They say, rate our game, give it a 5-star, and people will do that, and then they'll go right back into the game. In this case, people had stuff to say. So again, here is the timestamp if you want to get into the gameplay. This one might take, I want to say 2 to 4 minutes. And again, here's one of those reviews that I think horribly ruins the rating system of 5-star, 1 to 5-star. Like, I think you need a little bit of nuance instead of just giving it a 100% 5-star. One of the biggest issues right here, he said he dropped it quite a bit and got nothing from the gacha at all. I think that's a big issue. If you spend a lot of money and felt like you've gotten nothing, now I understand, gacha is about rates, it's random luck, but still, if you feel like the gacha system isn't that great, for the most part, that's the major draw for these kind of games, is a huge issue. It's not worth a 5-star rating. This one I agree with so much. Needs unique characters, more different classes, units, and better RNG and events. The pre-registered bonus was trash, the RNG is poor. It sucks to struggle when you draw all 3 stars until fixed. And then they give this horrible copy and paste reply. We apologize for your experience disappointment. It would be greatly appreciated if you could take the time to give us detailed feedback. I mean, yeah, it's not super detailed, but he kind of puts his major gripes out there. And then Wing Lee has sort of a point here. The game has great graphics. Combat's not as automatic as people think because you can actually override the AI. Now, I'm going to come in and talk about the automatic combat because this is an auto game. But even then, I don't think it's that great. David Wong, gameplay and grind is dull. Graphics are fantastic while music is nice. Drop rates are pathetic. I increase my rates due to blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And look, see, here's the copy and paste thing. So they really, nothing. They're not going to really get to it. If the game is making money, why do anything else, right? And then they just give customer service if you have like some real issue. And here's another one about drop rates. Drop rates. It's all over this place. People don't like the drop rates. Gorgeous and runs well, but the content is repetitive. The cash shop is a little expensive, although not the worst I've seen. Could be good, but needs more variety of things to do. A better summon rate wouldn't hurt either. So as you can see, the gacha is just kind of screwed. And as you can see, people are complimenting its graphics, but they say the combat needs to be improved. The gacha needs to be improved. The rates need to be improved. This one's an interesting one. The game is really bad. No male character on high grade. They're all female. Even lower grade male characters really look like monsters. It sucks. This person spent $500 on the game. I can't imagine why you would do that. The game's not even like, what, 2 months old or something? Maybe it's around that time span, but still, such a young game. This game has nothing. It's uninspired, bare bone, and serves as a pretty looking attempt at a cash grab. It has less features and depth than every other similar game I could think available. Good games from Gamevil died from money dumps like this. As you can see, people are kind of shitting on the game. I can't even say kind of. Like, you have these 5 stars, but these are just people who think like either, oh, the graphics look good, so it's a good game. But then you have people who play and they're like, oh, I don't like this. And the people who rate early on are probably people who play it day one. They're getting the rewards, they're getting everything. And then they just stop playing and they uninstall the game. So they never come back and like leave a review of why they left the game. They just kind of give it that initial review and then forget about it. Okay, here we are at Heir of Light. Boy, let's get into this. I feel like this might be short. The talking segment might have been pretty long. Don't know, but let's get into this game. Alright, so here we are at the home menu, which is pretty minimal. At least I can respect that. You can go here to the quest, close that out. You don't have to worry too much about that. You have your currency at the top, you've got your messages, you got the chat, you have your settings, and then you have shop, summon, characters, world map. Easy stuff. The special bonus and level up stuff, don't worry about that. It's not really that important. The rune is, to some extent. No, it's not. This is just pay stuff down here. As you can see, the little tabs right there. That's just pay stuff. And then you can open here, you got more items, Element, Collection, Hall of Fame, Guild, and Black Market. At least you can close out some of the stuff, like it's not all in your face. You don't have your quest showing up here, this showing up here, and it taking up all of your space. Now, what I really want to do is go to the summon real quick. Alright, so you have these summon stones, we have this fire summon stone, so let's go ahead and see what we can summon. I've rarely summoned anything that's better than that 3-star, so here's a 3-star right now. Maybe I've summoned one 4-star, but even then, the rates are so bad. It's like, I've summoned a lot. I've played a lot of this game, and I've yet to come across a decent 4-star, or even 5-star. I don't think I have a 5-star. Besides the one they give you for free after completing, like, the first chapter, I'm pretty much shit out of luck. This might be a 4-star? Nope, it's a 3-star. Great, congrats. I've played myself. And what's this? Yeah, that's another 3-star. Great. Cool looking thing. It's cool, for sure, but whatever. So then you can summon multiple. These are like your free summons. You can get these items easily through just playing the game. And then it shows you everything else you got. So you look, 2 stars, and then the rest are 1 stars. And that's going to happen a lot. You're just going to get a bunch of 1 stars. That's all that really happens. And then we can't summon, like here, I wish they just let me summon 6 times. Why not? You know, I had to do singles from here. It's kind of annoying. Like, oh, 1 time, let's just skip ahead. A wisp, whatever, skip ahead. Like, it's so pointless. This is what you'll mainly be summoning on, but there's no merit to it. You just get a bunch of fodder characters to fuse, but these guys aren't good enough at all. You won't be using these characters. And so then you have the epic summoning, which is luckily 3 stars and above. So let's go ahead, and it costs money. I guess I forgot to mention that. It costs money to summon. So not only do you need these summon stones, but you also need money. I think I've met gacha systems that have been like that, but not too many. To me, it's just like, why can't I have the stones? Why can't I just summon with the stones? Anyway, let's go ahead and summon. Alright, it has to be a 3-star or higher. It's probably just a 3-star. Yep. Freaking 3-star. Great. Next one. Ooh, okay. So, after... Damn it. This is the character you get for free. Oh, man. That's a bite in the balls. That's great. I definitely wanted that. And another 3-star. Great. I like the character designs. I have to say, you know, as people were saying in the comments earlier, if you watched that part, that the graphics do look nice. It's a nice looking game. Oh, okay. So we got another 4 or 5-star, at least finally. All right, that's new to me. And then even here, you have the summon 3 to 5-star again, but you have to use your premium currency. It's just like, why is the summoning like this? It needs a rework. It needs a heavy rework, but I doubt it will. I'm sure Gamevil will make their next game in 6 to 8 months from now. This game will just kind of keep going as it is. Okay, so now that we're past summoning, we can just go over here to collection, where you can actually just see all of the characters. And I think this is the cooler part about it, because here you can just like check out their story. Obviously, they're not very detailed. Like, where a lonely sheep weeps. There's not even a period there. But with games like this, I do like looking at the characters, the character art, because some talented artist spent his or her time, working on these characters, and they made wonderful looking characters. It's just a shame the rates are so bad. You're never really gonna pull these characters. And I do see the issue. There are a lot of female characters. Like, even Kome here is a female character. Lots of fan service. Look at that butt, right? Here's a male character, Father Hopkins, but he's a 4-star. Let's see if there's a 5-star male. There we go. There's one. Yeah, there's just one. Congratulations. And then every single character can have a different element attribute, which I think kind of ruins it. I don't like that idea. Say you were going for... You needed the green rim, but you got a red rim. Now, as far as I don't know if there's a way to switch their attribute, but I don't think there is. But again, all the characters are pretty cool looking. And then we go over here to the characters, which is obviously our teams and stuff like that. We can go here, you can see their info. Right there, you can see their character model. Pretty nice stuff. Anything you can see in collection mode here at info. Then you go over to skill. The only character that's going to have any skill are the servants right here. You can give them skill points for both PvE and PvP. So you can have two different builds for your PvP and PvE character when it comes to this master grade. While all the other characters, in order to level up their other skills, you need to merge a similar type. So this one's Belladonna. I would need to fuse another Belladonna to this one, and then randomly one of these skills would be increased. Which is like, ah crap, really random? That kind of sucks. Like say I need Black Fang to go up, and it gives me this one over here, Thorn Shower, and I didn't need that one. Then you go over here to the biggest part of upgrading your characters, the rune system. You have this rune map here. You can give your characters specific runes. Let's find a new character. This one right here. So let's say we want to give her a beast one. Let's right there. Let's find this one. Then we equip that. Go here, touch that. We can then enhance it. You can do enhance 10 times just in case because it has a failure rate. Obviously, the higher you go up, the higher level, the more it's going to fail more often. It's going to cost you money. Everything costs you money in this game pretty much. Yay, there we go. And that's how that works. Pretty simple stuff. And then upgrade is obviously fusing characters together. And you only can do 5 of them. I wish it was 10, but whatever. Okay, I think we've covered the basis of teams and stuff like that. If you download the game, you'll learn it all. The game has an extensive tutorial. Okay, so here's one of my favorite parts about the game, the world map. The world map is pretty cool. Just looking at it, like traversing it, is a cool concept in my mind. At least I like tile-based maps. And because I'm only just showing this off, I'm going to show you an easier map. But one of the... you know what, let's just get into gameplay. I'll show you in a second. So here's where you can choose your characters. Here's your servant... Oh, your master. Obviously, you have to set one first in order to have a team anyway. So there, we set our master. Let's go ahead and set this one. 1, 2, and 3. And then you can even check the boss and the monument. Now, this is a boss-only game. There are no enemies at all. It's just bosses. You just fight boss enemies. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. Alright, so here we go. The characters just run into battle. I'm not touching my phone at all. I'm doing nothing. Nice little intro cinematic we got here. And here we go. Sometimes it's a bit laggy. Now you can increase the speed up here. We're at regular speed and then faster and faster. But I don't understand why they would add this speed stuff. I don't think it affects the time at all. So then here you can see all your characters are using their skills. You really have no control over unless you pick a skill. So let's say I want the dog to do this skill right here. I have to click that one and then I want this skill to go next. So they see I have power over what skills happen, but like it's very tedious. It doesn't make me feel like I'm really engaged with the game. It's just like, oh no, I don't want you to heal, so let me just throw a different skill out right now. And you can plan up to 3 skills. So I say 1, 2, and 3. But the boss is dead. Alright, so we got a rune. Well, let's just sell it. We don't need it. Let's do a bit of a harder mission just to show off a little longer battle. Alright, here we go. This one should be a little bit harder. Again, super cool. Just awesome. It looks awesome. The portrayal of this game is awesome. Now, the camera is kind of wonky. When you go here at like this leaning camera angle, the game can mess up quite a bit. So I just prefer using normal camera. That way the angles don't mess up all over the place. So again, oh yeah, I said we could set precedent. So 1, 2, And you can just keep setting which one goes next. Oh, that character's dead. 2, 3, like that. So that's how the skills would go. But then you have to wait for the cooldowns. But, you know, this character here already had hers ready. So we're going to go here. See, pretty simple stuff. It's not too hard to understand. Maybe we can unleash our ultimate attack too while we're here. Yeah, do it. Oh, crap, I forgot. I was totally... There we go. And she's beaten. Yay. Like, when you look at it, it's like, oh man, it does look pretty cool. But it's not. It's very unfulfilling. I remember when I first downloaded this game, I was looking at it a lot. And then after a while, I just put the phone to my side and didn't care at all. And that's one of the problems. I don't care about the gameplay. There's no reward. There's no gratification. Besides, oh, I won. But what is that when you don't even have to care about it? If you lose, you lose. Whatever. That's what I mean. And we can keep going through all these stages, but like nothing will really change. The gameplay, I put quotes over that, isn't very fun. Sure, it's a team management thing, and most gacha games are team management. You know, you're just looking over a team, you're managing a team, leveling them up with items and all that kind of stuff. But this one, there's no gratification to it. It's very repetitive. None of the battles seem any different. It's just wail on the enemy and let the skills just roll out. That's pretty much it. The only time you have to ever care about skills is when buffing happens. But think of how silly that is, where I have to worry about my characters using buffs too early. Instead of setting something to the character saying, use this buff when you're at 60% health. That kind of thing. But in the end, that doesn't matter either, because all you have to do is just increase your DPS. As long as your characters are doing more damage in general, it doesn't matter if your character's buffed too early or buffed too late. You're just gonna wail on the enemy anyway. And so I never felt like it mattered. It was in the end just a matter of brute strength. Oh, the boss is a little hard. Well, let me go grind somewhere else until I have enough money or my character's leveled up like 10 levels after 2 days of repetitive grinding. And I get it, most smartphone games have repetitive grinding, but this one's to the uttermost boring. That doesn't make any sense, uttermost boring. This is boring. And again, every smartphone game, you're practically doing the same thing over and over and over again. They can't change their dynamic of gameplay. It just doesn't happen. But when I think of other smartphone games and what they do it better than this, in all leaps and bounds. Auto combat isn't my cup of tea. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Back when I did the video on Dragon Blaze, I gave the game a hard time about the auto combat. I didn't like it at all, and I thought it was boring. This is the same thing. Now, I've changed my stance on it just a little bit, where I don't think it's as bad. But if there isn't a way to manually control the game and then go into an auto mode, like auto has to be an option. I think Valkyrie Profile? It's not Valkyrie Profile. I can't remember. It was the first AppCast I ever did. Has auto combat, and I love that game. That game's pretty fun, but its gacha system is fun. Everything around it is fun. Now we go over to the shop. We just need to talk about the monetization real quick. So here's your packs. You can get bonus packs, which apparently have all this stuff in it, but look how many there are. Look at this. Look how much crap there is to buy for this game. Look at all of this. Limit 1 per month, 1 per month, 2 per month. But look how much. And look how expensive. Let's find how many things go over $20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 things that go over 21 packs. I understand it, okay? Go back to my Fantasy War Tactics AppCast. Look in the comments. Some guy was talking to me about the free-to-play model. But this is too much. For what? For literally what? When there's no sense of joy when it comes from the game at all. I can understand. People can like this game. I'm not saying if you like this game, you're wrong. But I think overall, there are better games than this. Like, just because it looks nice doesn't mean anything. I think it would be rude of me to call it like a golden turd. It looks nice, but it's still shit. You know, that kind of thing. And then you have the freemium currency, which there's obviously a $100 option, 3,200. But again, it's not worth much. It took me about maybe 2 weeks, in between 2 weeks to 3 weeks, to get around 1,600. So that's apparently $50 worth of stuff. But to me, it felt like nothing. And overall, when I look at smartphone games, these kind of games are the worst. It's an obvious, oh, we have really cool looking characters, oh, we have a gacha, and auto gameplay. Auto gameplay is the biggest sign for me. Oh, it's just auto gameplay? Well then, what's the real point? You know, it's supposed to be a game too, you know. Again, I've changed my stance on auto games. They're okay, and they can be executed pretty well, but I don't think this one is one of those. Besides the fact you might fight people who are way overpowered than you, and there you go, you'll lose. Like, yeah, I'm being a bit harsh on the game. I just don't think it's good enough. Especially when it's so big in data size. It's a pretty big game on initial download, so it takes up a lot of space too, for obvious reasons. But if it's taking up that much space, I would have rather like some sort of action game, something like that. But watching characters wail out a boss using their skills, and then me having to click up to 3 skills, isn't very interesting. Alright, so I guess that's it for this game. There's not too much else to say about it. Nice presentation, but very shallow in gameplay. And I would have to say that's the biggest issue. Like, even here, there's just nothing. Oh, well, let me use my skills. Here's one. Bam. And then here's another, And yeah, you can put strategy into the game, definitely. There's definitely a way for you to say, oh, well, let me debuff him right now, and then let me use a high critical attack. But, does it matter? Like, in the grand scale of it, it doesn't, because you can just do this. This is how it's normally going to work. Look at this. Now, I put a weaker character on purpose, because I already knew I had stronger characters that would just steamroll this. So this is a challenge here. But, let's go ahead and do this then. Bam! Ultimate attack. Ooh, like, oh, so cool. It's cool looking, and I just felt like this is wasted potential. You have cool character designs, you have cool animations, a cool setting, but that's it. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, or at least learned something about this game, or gotcha, whatever. I don't even know anymore. I'll definitely see you guys next time for a better game. Well, at least I think a better game. It's much simpler, it's much easier, and it's low in file size too. Don't forget to check out our Discord too. I'm trying to reach 50 people by the end of summer. I think we can maybe do it. Maybe. We have 30-something people, so it's going pretty well. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So if you're new here, you can check out all the older AppCasts if you click on the I or go to my playlist. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.